Oh my god, what a rainy weather in Belgium. What do you think about it, Kelly? Okay, nice. Hello everyone. Welcome to this session. I hope you are enjoying the Odoo experience. My name is Jerome and I will present you the talk regarding the OCR and AI digitizing bills in a few clicks. I part of the Belgian business analyst team and I work as an accounting expert in this team. I used to work as an accountant and I remember the tons of vendor bills that I booked manually.
Whoa, that's great. I actually just joined Odoo accounting team, so I feel like I'm gonna learn a
Oh,
lot with you today.
nice. I hope that pay attention to this talk then, because you will learn to get it faster and you will learn how to grow your business then. Before going in the Q&A session, I will show you how Odoo upgrades its tool in order to improve the accounting processes. With the help of a smart recognition tool, Odoo will allow you to easily convert the vendor bills, the customer invoice, the expenses in electronic documents in order to extract the main information. The year 2021 was full of challenges. A lot of companies took the pandemic crisis as an opportunity to digitize their process and, of course, their accounting flows. With the help of the OCR and the AI, Odoo supported its customer in their transformation. I would like to have that you have an attentive look to the next slide. This chart is not the evolution of the pandemic crisis. No, sorry for this joke. It's not. It's maybe too soon. This evolution represents the monthly document that we received since last year in Odoo. We received 5 times more documents than last year. What is awesome behind this graph is the fact that each scanning is feeding the algorithm and is increasing the recognition rate of the tool for everyone. So the more user will use the tool, the more precise the tool will be. Oh, excuse me, I receive a notification from Odoo. Okay, it's one of my employee. He requests me to approve his expense. Okay, it's done so fast. Odoo is so flexible. Take an example. You are at the restaurant, you take a picture of the ticket at the end, and you send directly into your accounting. So easy. As an important question that I did not yet considered is the new features of the V15 of Odoo. So what is new in the OCR and AI? Purchase order matchings with vendor bills. Beyond the fact that the tool is continuously growing, there is a better detection between the purchase order and the vendor bill. It will make a stronger bridge between the operational process and the financial process for your company. The AI and OCR technology are also now available for customer invoices. This feature has been put in place for the company that don't have the invoicing module, but to keep all their process digitized. Even if the algorithm is different, it's quite the same way that for the vendor bills. If you want to give a try to the OCR and AI technology, please follow the link odoo.com/AI.
Wait, Jerome. AI, does that mean que tu m'aimes à l'infini?
Yes, we will see at the end of the talk. You will be able to upload then your own PDF file to see which information is triggered, is tracked by the OCR. So now it's time to stop wasting time thanks to the digitalization and focus on the real added value of your company. And I would like to show you how it works. Let's go into Odoo. So we will jump in our database. Here's my database of my company. Great. So at first, I will go in the document app where I will find the bills of August. Great. It's what I want to manage today. So I will just select it, and send it into the related department that is created in my application. So I have, for example, the internal department, finance, HR, etc. So of course, in my case, what is relevant here is the finance. So I selected my bills and I will move it to the finance. Hop, it disappeared, and I will jump into the finance workspace, and here are my bills. So I can enter into it, and oh, I will go at the top and I will check what is. So I have 13 pages. Here I have a lot of information with written information. Okay, the coffee machine, perfect. Oh, I see that it's in 2 page. Interesting. We will check about it. Terms and conditions. Okay. Here it's a reception, I guess. Yeah, perfect. Here, electricity bill, of course. And oh, here we have a specific treatment for the VAT. So we will see what will be the behavior of Odoo in this case. Again, term and condition. Okay, it's the food that we received every day. It's really nice. In 2 page again, great. Terms and condition. Okay. Here it's for the car in Odoo. Okay, perfect. A lot of information as well. It's yes, it's linked to the employee meal voucher. Okay, nice. I see that I have two different lines. So we see also the behavior of Odoo, and oh, it's not a PDF file, it's an image. Okay, it's quite disgusting. We will see how Odoo manage it. So at first, I will split all my documents in several documents in order to scan it easily. So I can quickly see all the pages of my document here, and I can untick the one that I don't want to scan. So I will remove the terms and conditions. I don't need it. And I will remove the split between the invoices that have 2 pages. So this one is fine, okay. And the fruit at work, okay, that's fine. And I have everything. So I can click on create bill. And automatically, all the pages that I selected are sent to the accounting app. And it remains the 3 pages linked to the terms and conditions that I don't need. So I can discard this one. I see the split of all my vendor bills, and I will go directly into the accounting app and see what happened. So quickly in the accounting app, we have a view where we can see directly, okay, here I see that I have 8 bills to validate. It's the one that I just sent a few seconds ago. So I can directly jump into it. So in a quick look, I see that I have bill to proceed. So that's really nice. I can click on this one, and I found here my 8 bills, which are in the draft status, of course, because I need to validate it before of course posting it, and I will jump directly into it. So here it's the electricity vendor bill. I can maybe try to boost a little the the view in order you can see what happened here. So here we see that in this vendor bill we have a specific treatment for the VAT. So we have 2 lines, one for 21%, it's the Belgian VAT, and the one here for the exempted amount. So we will find here at the end the total amount, and we will find in the lines only the one line which is linked to the VAT for 25 euro at least. So it's here. So Odoo recognize everything. It's really nice. And of course, it recognizes the vendor, the bill reference, the payment reference. So it's really nice. I can jump into the next one. I will just refresh my page in order to put again the same view. So yeah, great. I will just come back into it. It will be easier for us to see. As you see, I can go directly in one to another. It's really fast. So here it's the image that I received. And I see that the OCR recognize the vendor, the amount, and also the VAT of 6%, which is not the same than the previous vendor bill for 21%. 6% is another VAT rate in Belgium. And they have also the bill date and the fact that the account here is for receptions because it was for a reception in the morning. So it's really everything is fine. Here I can update. I can move forward in the next invoice. Here it's for the meal vouchers. So I see directly meal vouchers. Would recognize it. It recognize the vendor and of course the amount and the specific treatment for the VAT. So if I just zoom a little, I can see that my total amount is computed by two lines, one with VAT and one without VAT. And so Odoo recognize everything here. How convenient is that? I update it again and I come back in the next in. Yeah, of course, I need to again come back here, but in a few clicks, I do it. Here again, it's for reception fees. I check, everything is fine. Okay. I have also the VAT for 6%. Perfect. I can jump in the next one. 2 pages of invoices. Nice. What information Odoo took? The name of the vendor. Perfect. Also the date. Perfect also. Bill reference as well, payment reference, everything is in there, including the 6% of VAT. Maybe we don't see well the amount here. I can. So I have a VAT for 15 euro. It's here. Perfect. I have everything. It's really easy to manage. Up. Let's go in the next one with a lot of information. This one. So we'll also zoom a little because there is a lot of information here. It recognize also the vendor, always the same information basically. So I won't do it in details, but you can see that it recognize also the VAT in the good way. So it's really nice. And here again, it's an invoice with 2 pages and it recognize everything. It's the total amount here is the same and the VAT also. Everything is fine and perfect. And this one is, oh, sorry, it was too quick. Here it's for the car. And oh, I see that Odoo recognize here a specific account, which is a fixed asset account because it's linked to car. So as the accountant know, of course, we need to manage this kind of vendor bills in another way. And so Odoo recognize it automatically. So it's really nice. Now, what I will show you, I will come back in my documents application and I will show you how it works for the customer invoice. Basically, you will see it's quite the same than for the vendor. So I will move my customer invoice to finance and again, I will split it. So I have two invoices. They are the same almost, of course. So I can split it up, select it, split it. Okay, everything is fine here. And I can create my customer invoice directly through this button. And Odoo redirect me directly into the accounting app through the document app. So I can enter into the invoice and it was already done. The OCR already scanned the invoice and put the right customer, so Amazon here, the invoice dates, and also the information with the VAT for the total amount. Okay, nice, it's fine. I can jump into this one. Facebook here. Okay, again, I have the same invoice, the same invoice date here. Sorry, here. The due date as well, quite the same. It's the same year, of course. And also all the amounts and the VAT treatment. Perfect. So I can select my two invoice and then I can post it. And it's done. So you need to wait now that your customer paid your invoice, of course. Now, in order to show you the new feature relating to the purchase order and the vendor bills, I will first go in the purchase order here that I created And I can see in this purchase order that I ordered one quantity and I received this quantity, but I have still nothing in bill, and I have here nothing as well. I will come back later with the after the link between the two, and we can see then there is no link with any vendor bills. So
By the way, Jérôme, I just sent
yes.
you a new vendor bill.
Oh, okay, nice, great. I will see to proceed it. Oh yeah, I see that I have 10 bills to validate because I didn't validate the previous one. So I will quickly do it because I review it. So this way it's done. Up, action. I can post my entries and it's done for all these vendor bills. What I need to do now is pay it. And so Kelly sent me a new invoice. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, it's still refreshing. So you see that we have a little button that the artificial intelligence might take 5 seconds to do it. So we can see that we have a PO number here, and I would like Odoo to make the link between this PO and the vendor bills. And you can see also that the vendor bills is in USD, so not the currency of my company because I'm in euro. And so we will see how Odoo will manage it. I can refresh. Okay, so it's done. I have my vendor, of course. I have the bill date, the accounting date, great. And I have also the currency, which has been applied on the booking. That's really nice. The same amount, of course. And I see here in the label the PO03. Awesome product. Okay, fine. It's fine for me. I can confirm. And now, as I confirm my invoice, I will check in the purchase app what happens. Okay. Oh, you see now that I have one quantity billed and that I have the link with my vendor bill. So I can access it directly into this one. That's really nice. So it's the end of my demo, and I hope that you enjoy it. Stay connected because now we will go into the Q&A session, and I will answer all your questions. So don't hesitate to raise your question in the chat. We will proceed to it.
All right. Thanks, Jérôme, for the great talk
You're welcome.
about the OCR. Now it's time actually for the Q&A session. Are you ready?
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's jump into it. So the first question that we have is actually about the application document. Is that mandatory actually to manage the OCR in Odoo?
Actually, it's a good question. In my demonstration, I used the application documents to record all the vendor bills and the customer invoice in the accounting application, but you can actually upload it directly in the accounting app itself, or you can also use what we call email alias to provide to feed, let's say, the purchase journal or the customer journal in order to scan each invoice.
All right. The second question that we have is actually about the expense. So basically, while entering an expense, can you recap how does it work in Odoo?
Okay, so you mean the expense that I used
About
I
the
received?
fees.
Okay, so yeah, basically you are at the restaurant, you can take a picture of your tickets and directly on your phone, you can jump into Odoo, upload it into the system, and it will be recorded automatically, and all the journal entry will be proposed in the system. So it's the same algorithm that for the purchase So yeah, it's totally handled.
Okay. Okay, the same mindset, same
Yeah.
basically same logic behind. All right.
Usually the tickets are JPEG file, so just image, and the OCR will take care about this kind of format.
Okay, great to know. All right, what about the customer invoices? For instance, imagine we're running an accounting firm. How does it work for them as soon as they get to basically to upload the different customer invoices of the client?
Yeah, it's a new feature of the V15, and you mentioned the perfect use case. It's for the company that are not using the invoicing application into Odoo. So it means that, for example, the best example is the accounting firm, as you mentioned, because they will receive a batch of customer invoice of vendor bills each month from their own customer, and they will upload it into the system and use the OCR as well to speed up the process, because in the previous version they had to book manually all the journal, all the customer invoices, so it was really loud, and now it's really good for those kind of firms.
A real game changer then actually for
Yeah,
the accounting firms.
totally.
Yeah, it's pretty good news actually. Um, all right, next question tackles basically the fact about the pricing actually of this use.
Yeah, of course. Indeed, this tools is there is a fee on this tool, and that's because we are using actually a third provider to use it. So to send all the documents and take back all the electronic documents, and Odoo will take care about those electronic documents and scan into it. And so those fees will depend about the type of the package that you take. It can go from 15 centimes to 10 centimes for the bigger package.
All right, okay. Here we do have a question about the vendor discounts. Can you recap actually for the viewers?
Yeah, so I think maybe it's not a question linked to the OCR here, because the vendor discount is actually managed in the
Mhm.
bank synchronization and in the bank reconciliation. So yeah, here it's really about the vendor bills itself. It's not really related to the discount.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine to see. What about the invoice template? Is there any advice,
Yeah,
any yeah
there
piece of
is
advice?
actually there's no real invoice template. So what how the OCR will work, it will learn more and more about each scanning. So it means that you will each scanning you will feed the algorithm, and then it will improve the recognition of all the of the tool. And so it will, let's say, yeah, it can be a template, but the template will be more and more precise more it's used. And it's also the same for every database. So it means there is a link between all the database and the OCR. So regarding all the clients, let's say in Italy or in Belgium, they will use the OCR, and it will help each client, each database to feed the algorithm and then improve the recognition rate.
Mhm. All right. We do have another question, which tackles basically the Google document AI. Is it actually any link? And if so, how does that relate it?
So yeah, in here we have in the talk I speak about the AI, of course, and the OCR. So there is actually two things. It's a two-steps flow. Let's say you will at first use the OCR to convert the PDF file or the JPEG file, for example, picture, by in an electronic document, which will be an XML, and then this XML will come back into Odoo, and Odoo will take care about all the information in this XML. So it means that the AI, the AI will take over the information and will learn. And then, for example, if you have a first vendor bill regarding, let's say, it's the first time that you receive it in your books, it will give you some, let's say, on a specific account, on an expense account. You will update it, of course, the first time. And the second time, the AI of Odoo will recognize the name of the vendor, the label on your vendor bills, and it will match with the new account that you set on the first vendor bill.
Mhm.
So it's always learning.
Yeah, it's constantly learning actually based on the more that we use the system, pretty
Yeah,
much. Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, the algorithm is at any time feed it by all the using of the OCR, and that's why I take an attention, specific attention to the graph that I showed you earlier in my talk, because the improvement of this tool needs to be we need to use the tool to improve it, of course.
Mhm. What about actually other alphabets or other languages like the Arabic alphabet could be recognized by the OCR of Odoo? Any thought on this?
Yeah, it's not taken into consideration for the V15, but I think it's one specific topic for our developer in order to yeah, to convert all this kind of alphabet. But yeah, for now it's not yet used.
We
Sorry.
do have actually some guests right here are interesting to know what would be the next R&D basically development going for the next version for OCR. Do you know basically how's going to be working for next year? What we can expect basically in terms of improvement?
The best answer is to ask to to the developer itself. No, I don't have any idea, to be honest. So yeah, of course you can still jump into a room in this OXP and have a direct talk with the developer itself to discuss about the new feature for the V16.
All right. Here we do have a question about well, if any plans to make the AI processing endpoints available for third parties apps. Do you think that's something that could be actually could be developed and could be basically available for that kind of third parties app, maybe done
Mm,
by freelancers or
yeah.
developers or IT companies?
Again, it's still quite a technical question, but what if we have also another tool which is using AI in Odoo, which is the autocomplete that will allow allow the customer, allow the people that are the users um, to autocomplete all the section for, let's say, vendors or customers. You can just type it in the name, and based on the VAT number of this customer, it will find all the information, so the address, the email, maybe the website. So it's also useful.
Hmm. Here we do have actually it could be the final question about potential checks. So typically, is there like um, any processing that could be double checking if actually it's true what the system recognize, or the system is actually really like reliable all the time?
So you mean like an approval flow?
Yeah, that kind of things.
Yeah, actually, it's possible to put an approval flow in Odoo, but I think for the OCR, it's not really useful here because once you will use the OCR, the vendor bill will be in draft. So it means that you still need to check it to post it into the accounting.
All right.
So I think the check is
It's done by the yeah.
in the flow.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Thank you, Jérôme, actually, for the
Welcome.
Q&A session and for the talk. And happy Odoo experience for everyone for the rest.
Happy Odoo experience, and thank you for your presence here.